Hi there. Welcome to the second interview in our series for Hatch 2014. I'm here with Melissa D'Agostino to talk about her Hatch project, BroadFish. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
We are here talking about weddings and looking at bridal magazines, makeup. We have a beautiful wedding gown in the background.
That is not my wedding dress.
Not just prop, just set dressing. I want to start off, Melissa, by asking you about your inspiration for this project.
A friend of mine was getting married, and she was marrying into a pretty traditional Italian family. And one of her future sister-in-laws, it was her birthday, and she was turning 26. And my friend, also named Melissa, said, oh, what are you doing for your birthday? Like, are you having a party? She said, oh, I bought myself a new set of pots for my hope chest. A hope chest is a gift given by your mom and your female relatives for you to start out your life in your new home with your husband. This is the traditional idea around it. So I started thinking about the idea of living for the future, or like living for one event in your life, or expecting one event to be the event that sets your life going. Like, didn't really seem like she was living in her present. And then I started doing research online, and I read about this woman, Anita Chakraborty, who's from Australia. And she was in her mid-40s. She's like a naturopath and an astrologer and sort of like, or astrologist, I don't know how you say it, but and she had been single for about 8 years after being in a 9-year relationship, and went to a astrology reading, and her chart was going to be Mars and Venus were going to be in alignment on her birthday in 2013. So she decided to start planning her wedding and use the law of attraction, like The Secret, to bring her a man, a groom.
Did it work?
No.
You are incorporating your wedding planning into this project.
Right.
How do you handle, using personal events in your work? You've done it many times before. Mm-hmm. Are there ever moments where you sort of sit back and say, wait, I don't want to share this much of myself with an audience? Or how do you deal with the inconsistencies in that?
I've never really had a problem using the things that happened to me in my life to explore something. But it's also fictional. It's based on, I am using experiences I've had while I'm planning my wedding, and certainly there are things about my dynamic with my family and growing up and my cultural heritage that are in the show, but it's also fictional.
What is the fish element to BroadFish? Can you explain that a little bit?
BroadFish is a parasite. It was sort of this idea of consuming something that could end you. So a very epic idea of consumption and weddings, and swallowing ideas that sometimes are just there, are propagated so you buy things. So the idea of consumption. So there's the fish has a lot of different there's a lot of references.
Thank you so much for coming in. That's the end of our interview. Now we can eat Swedish fish. BroadFish will be presented on Saturday, April 19th in the Studio Theater at Harbourfront Center at 8 p.m. If you would like to follow Melissa in her creative process over the next few weeks, be sure to visit praxistheater.com for some really great blog posts. And you can also follow Melissa on Twitter at Melissa Dags. And the hashtag for all Hatch projects for 2014 is hashtag HatchTO. If you would like information about tickets, visit harbourfrontcenter.com/Hatch.